Hello everybody, it's DJ here with another Monday Motivation. I hope your week has started out great. Today I wanted to talk about something I think is both inspiring and deeply spiritual, and that is the power of small beginnings. You know, we often think that in order to make a difference or to achieve something great, we need to start big. But the truth is, some of the most impactful things in life begin with something small. Whether it's a simple act of kindness, a single step towards a goal, or a tiny seed of faith, these small beginnings can grow into something much, much larger when we nurture them with care and trust in God. You know, in Zechariah's day, the people were rebuilding the temple. There were periods when they just made little progress, and they were reminded not to despise the small things. In Zechariah 4:10, it says, "For whoever has despised the day of small things shall rejoice and see the plumb line in the hand of Zerubbabel." That verse reminds us to value the smallest steps that we take because God can see potential in them even when we don't. Think about a seed. It's tiny, almost insignificant on its own, but when it's planted, watered, given sunlight, it grows into something so much greater. A tree that provides shade, a food, and life. You see, our actions, no matter how small they may seem, can have the same impact when we trust God to bring them to fruition. So, how do we apply this in our lives? Well, let's break it down into 5 steps. First, start where you are. Look, don't wait to be perfect or to have the perfect resources to start something meaningful. Begin with what you have, even if it seems small. You have to trust that God can multiply your efforts. Don't forget that passage that we just covered in Zechariah 4:10. Number 2, be faithful in little things. In Luke 16:10, Jesus teaches us that, quote, "One who is faithful in very little is also faithful in much, and one who is dishonest in very little is also dishonest in much." This means that when we're faithful in the small things, God can trust us with bigger responsibilities and even greater blessings. Number 3, trust the process. Look, growth takes time. Just as an acorn doesn't turn into the mighty oak tree overnight, our efforts can take time to show results. So be patient and trust that God is working through you, even when we don't see the immediate impact. Paul told the Corinthians in 1 Corinthians 3:7, he said, "So neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God who makes things grow." Number 4, celebrate small wins. Paul wrote to the Corinthians in Philippi that they should, quote, "rejoice in the Lord always." And again, I will say rejoice. That's in Philippians 4:4. We shouldn't overlook the small victories along the way. In fact, we should think of each small win as a step closer to a larger goal. It's worth celebrating. These moments should build momentum. They should encourage us to keep going. And 5, trust God's timing. You got to remember that God's timing is perfect. The seeds you plant today may not bear fruit immediately, but they will in God's perfect timing. You have to trust that He has a plan for you and that He is working everything out for your good. Even if things don't go the way we had hoped, when you wait for God's plan to unfold, you will see something, maybe even an option that is even better than you imagined that it could be. Again, God's timing is perfect. Ecclesiastes 3:1 teaches us that there is a time for everything, a season for every activity under the heavens. So there you have it. 5 ways we can apply the power of small beginnings in our lives so that they can make a huge impact. This week, let's commit to appreciating the value of those small beginnings in our lives. Start where you are. Be faithful in the little things. Trust the process. Celebrate those small wins and always trust in God's perfect timing. Remember, with God, even the smallest seeds can grow into something mighty. You just need to start. So what are you waiting for? Hey, get started. Hey, remember God loves you, and I do too. Go get started.